Hey guys, what's happening? It's John with Gatehouse Properties. I'm sitting here with Chris Jones, who's my trusted title rep with Chicago Title. We're going to find out today about title and title insurance. How you doing today, Chris?
Good. John, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
You good.
So, what is title?
Title is how you own the property. You know, it's another word for it is vesting.
Okay, cool. So what's title insurance then?
Title insurance is the transferring of a property free and clear of encumbrances, like hazards, liens, judgments, those sort of things.
All right, cool, man. So why have title insurance?
You want title insurance to protect you from what happened during to the property prior to you owning it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so like what could happen prior to me owning it?
One, say you had a roof done and you didn't pay that bill. And then they come after me, the new owner. That would protect them, the new owner, from having to deal with that scenario.
Okay, cool. So who during the transaction hires a title company?
So during the transaction, your trusted real estate agent, John, will choose title insurance for that transaction for the seller. And then if a buyer has a loan on the property, the same company that you chose for the seller will do the loan policy for the buyer. Okay,
great. So then who pays for those?
So usually the seller will pay for title insurance for the buyer. And if the buyer has a loan, the buyer will purchase the title policy for the lender.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. Have any horror stories other than the roof thing that's kind of happened? I know I have one.
Yeah, I don't have too many, thankfully. Otherwise, I'd probably be out of business. But let's hear yours.
And so, gosh, maybe 15 years ago, or yeah, about that, I ran into a borrower who on their previous home had a undiscovered lien on title. It was a fairly large one, and the person who owned it didn't want to take care of it, and it turned into a mess. So instead of paying the person off because they didn't want to get paid off, they gave the buyer of the home a check for the entire purchase price. And that's basically
what title insurance is.
What title insurance does.
Yeah, why you have it, to protect you there,
yeah. Yeah, so what's the process of clearing title?
The process of clearing title is when you go to sell a home and escrow is opened, our title officers, our units inside, we call them units, will research the property all the way back to when you bought the home.
Okay.
To make sure it's free and clear of those, like I said earlier, hazards, liens, judgments.
Okay.
And if it's not, within escrow, if there is a lien, let's say there's a construction lien for $50,000, we will get that sorted in the escrow to make sure we can, title's cleared and we can transfer the property to the buyer.
Okay, so the owner pays for it, the buyer pays for it if there's a loan.
That's right.
Who's protected?
Well, the seller is paying for it to protect the buyer.
Okay.
That what he's selling to the buyer is, for real. It's not any kind of nonsense. And then the lender is protected by the buyer that he's going to get paid.
Okay. Cool. So what does a title rep do?
I'm the point of contact between real estate offices and my office to make sure everything goes smooth through a transaction.
Okay. Is there anything else you can think of that's important you should know?
I think you should call John to check, what's going on with title. If you have multiple properties, or if you think your home's in a trust, you double check and things like that. But other than that,
cool.
You don't need us until you need us, but you definitely want us.
So earlier you mentioned vesting.
Yes.
I think what is vesting? How does that work?
So vesting is how you hold title. There's 8 different ways, and joint tenants in common. There's you can hold it in a trust. You can be husband and wife married, but that's what vesting. There's 8 different types of vesting.
How would a customer or a buyer decide what's the best vesting for them?
Based off their situation.
Okay.
So if you and I were buying a home, we would probably go tenants in common.
Right.
We're not married. And if something were to happen to me, then your 50% would still be in your name. My 50% would go to however I have it written within my.
Okay. So how's that different from a married couple?
A married couple is whole ownership for both properties, for both, husband and wife.
Right, yeah.
So if someone happened to you being the wife and me being the husband, it would transfer to me with right of survivorship.
Okay, cool. So that's about it. That's title and title insurance. And if you have any questions about the market or real estate or really anything, feel free to give me a call. I'm always here for you.